So, why do you need God in overcoming addiction and breaking free? In this video, this is what I'm going to talk about. My name is Pedram. I'm a recovering addict and I help people overcome addiction, especially those people who might be hooked to pornography addiction. In this video today, I want to talk about exactly why you need God in overcoming addiction. Now, for those of you who might be a little not sure, you can always say your higher power. I personally like to say God just because I have a personal relationship with God and I find it easier saying God rather than higher power. But you can always choose to say higher power if you choose to. So why do we need God in overcoming addiction? That's right, because we are mortal creatures or mortal beings. What that means is we have weaknesses, we had setbacks, we're living in sin, we're not perfect, and making a mistake is inevitable, is almost guaranteed. We're going to make mistakes as human beings. We are vulnerable, we can get sick, all sorts of things can happen as a human being because we have lots of weaknesses. And when it comes to overcoming any addiction, it's critical and essential to believe God can relieve you from this addiction. The reason is because addiction is almost going to beat you no matter what. And if you fight addiction, there is guaranteed you're going to beat you. You might have heard of saying, if you hang around the barber long enough, eventually you're going to have a haircut. It's same with addiction. You are relapse about to happen. Your addiction sits dormant, waiting for you to open the door to have a chance to get in. Once you're an addict, you're always an addict. It will never goes away. And I cannot explain to you the scientific reason why this happens, but it is true. Maybe if you are someone who into scientific things, you can teach me one or two things. But uh, based on reality and based on being an addict myself and speaking to countless people, I've realized that your addiction never really goes away. And fighting your addiction is a stupid mistake anyone can make because it's guaranteed to beat you every time. It's kind of like getting into the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime. There is almost guaranteed you're going to get your ass whooped. So really, it's no point to really try to fight your addiction because it's going to beat you every single time. It's stronger than you and is a work of Satan. And Satan has great power and is going to beat you no matter what. Especially we being not perfect human beings or not perfect creatures and living in sin and we are inevitable to make mistakes, and sooner or later we're going to make that mistake because we have lots of weaknesses as a human being. And anybody that tells you we are the master of our own destiny and we are strong, they are lying to you because we have so many limitations as human being. And it's important to believe higher power, God, someone who is more powerful than you are, someone who is more powerful than Satan, someone who is more powerful and someone who is perfect, someone who is moral, someone who is stronger than us in every way. Is essential to have that belief in the higher power, or I like to call it God, because only God can save you from yourself, from your addiction. You need an external force, which being in this case God, to save you from yourself, from your sin, from your setbacks, from your addiction, because we as human beings are simply not strong enough to be able to beat our addiction. Is going to beat us every single time, and it's necessary to take extra caution when trying to deal with addiction. So why do we need to believe in God? Because he has all power, he's strong, he's moral, he's ethical, and he is able to save us from ourselves. Once we put our belief, our life, our will to the care of God, he will be able to manage our life better than we can. Why? Because we cannot see the future. Why? Because we are weak. Why? Because we are imperfect. Why? Because we live in sin. So it's important to believe in the higher power, because he's the only one who can beat Satan. Satan is the devil, like some people like to call it, is too strong for us. And no matter how strong we are, he's going to beat us. It's a bit like getting into the ring again with Mike Tyson, because he's gonna beat us no matter what. Now, I'm not implying that Mike Tyson is Satan, just the example. So what do I mean here? So what we got to do is we gotta need a God, a power greater than ourselves, and we need to give our life to him, and we need to rely on him for strength, because our own strength is weak. We fall short every single time. So it's important to believe in God when it comes to overcoming addiction, and when it comes to breaking bondages, or breaking free from any kind of chain. So this is why we need to put our life, our will, and we need to believe in the creator, simply because he is all powerful. He was never created. So we as human beings, we have weaknesses, we have setbacks, and we cannot save ourselves from ourselves, because we are simply imperfect. But him, all powerful, all knowing, can save us, and he's the only one who can beat Satan. So, conclusion, what does this mean? I'm going to give my life over to the care of God. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to rely on him to to direct me to a good life. Instead of me trying to say what's going to happen, I simply give my life to him, because that's what addiction ultimately is trying to control, when we cannot simply control. So giving our life to him and getting out the way, kind of like a boat. He has the steering wheel. All we are doing is just pedaling. We are just pedaling. We are pedalers. We do not say what's going to happen with our life. And the more we try to plan our life, the more we try to make it perfect, the more of a mess we make it. And the secret here is to give your life to your power greater than yourself, and that he will do a much better job than we can do. And we can go into the Holy Scriptures, which I am a big fan of, and I'm a big advocate for the Holy Scriptures. But that's another video. We can go to the Holy Scripture, maybe another video. But in this video, I just want you to remember, only God can beat our addiction, and we are too weak to be able to beat our addiction. I hope this video helped. If you liked it, and if you find it was useful, why don't you leave a comment, subscribe, follow our channel for more videos just like this one, how to break away from addiction and how to give yourself the best mental health possible. Also, I leave the link somewhere in the description below this video. Check around, and where I'm going to give you a free training on how to overcome addiction. And for those of you who want to work closely with me, there is an option to do so with 12 weeks coaching program, working close with you to help you overcome your addiction. Now, space are limited, and I only have a number of people I can work with. So if you're interested, either give me a message or click on the link somewhere around to be able to go to another page where you can inquire about that. So thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. Until another video, take care.